So now I'm gonna perform 4 standard operations on Git repository. There are more operations available, but at the beginning of the project lifetime, those 4 operations are enough to update our version control and make sure the version control works as intended. So, as I said, 4 operations: add, commit, push, and pull. So, first of all, I'm gonna type git status. So, as you can see, your branch is up to date with origin main. That means the versions of the files of the current project are up to date with the remote version of files of the project. So there is nothing to commit at this moment. So let's say I'm gonna perform some change, for example, in my XML file. Let's say I've just got enter here. Okay, and now, so I've just performed some change in one of the file of the project. So now I'm gonna type git status, and as we can see, Git informed me that file pom.xml has been changed, and its version it's different according to the online version. So so now I should to commit that change to the online repository. So we're performing it by git add command, and now we can type git status. So the color has changed to from red to the green, which means that this version of the file has been added to the commit queue. So now we can perform git commit, as there is something in the commit queue. Git commit m, and I'm just gonna like test git operations. So we've had git add, now it's git commit. Okay, now git status. Your branch is ahead of the origin main. That means our local repository is ahead with its state according to the remote repository. So we have to push our current changes, that we've performed to this local project, to the remote version of the project. So git push. And now online repository has been updated. So basically the 3 main operations are add, which means add to the commit queue, commit, and then push. There's another operation which is called pull. You can imagine a situation where there's one project and a couple of people works on the same project, and they are performing their pushes to the project, and sometimes the online project is ahead with its state to your local repository. I'm gonna simulate it in a way that this is my online repository. This is the Java application 0, which is connected, which is linked with this local repository. So let's say I'm just gonna add a file here. Create a file, name of file just like test. I'm just gonna type something. Okay. So I've created a new file. So let's say I've performed this operation, as this is kind of simulation of the process when someone else from different when someone else has added something new to the online project. So at this moment the online repository is ahead with its state according to my local repository. And now how can I check it? I can type, I think it was git fetch. Okay, and git status. Yes, your branch is behind origin mine by one commit. It means my local repository is behind the online repository. So, but I want my local version to be up to date with the online version of my project. So I'm just gonna type git pull, and as you can see, the test file has just been downloaded to my local repository. And now if I will type git status, yep, everything is up to date, which means my local repository is up to date with my remote repository. So as I said, 4 operations. Add local changes to the commit queue. Then there is a commit to commit queue to the git local version, and then there is a git push to push commits to the online repository, and the last operation was git pull, which means if someone else has pushed some commits to the online repository and our local repository is behind the state of the online repository, so git pull will pull all the changes which have been performed on our online project.